All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in NorCal Sports Network. A big win for the Golden State Warriors as they wrap up a very tough 5-game swing with a 4-1 record. You couldn't ask for more. I mean, Rye, when I looked at this thing, the schedule, we were like, can they win 2?
Right.
Can they win 2 and just hopefully?
It was a great game.
Yes.
Almost choked it away, but we came through when we needed to, made some stops, had some, clutch shots from Steph, some good plays, and that was, that almost got ugly there. So
yes. Oh, my camera's a little messed up here, and we bring in. We always got to bring in Lou.
Marston.
What a game, though, guys. I mean, it up by 30 in the toward the end of the third quarter. I think they go into the fourth quarter. Did they go up were they 28 entering in the fourth quarter? Let me take a look.
We were up by 30, and then they went on like a 13 or a 17-point run. I can't remember.
Yeah, but I think the start of the fourth quarter, weren't they up by 28?
Right.
And they get it to within, what they get it to within 6? The closest they got it to 6?
6.
Yeah. Just the scoring. Oh, the old box score doesn't give you the scores like they used to by the quarters. I'm going to have to pull it up differently. But Steph led the way tonight. He was incredible. 36 points in 37 minutes. And he had to play tonight because, a night when he should have played 27, 28 minutes, the Warriors, just get careless. But again, they're tired. It is long. You've been on the road 11 days. And you've traveled, you started the road trip in Houston, and then you went to DC, and then you went to Boston, and then Cleveland, right. And then, at least the trip they're not making a zigzag trip, across the country as far as going backwards. They kept coming further west, which is nice. So I think this team is showing a lot of grit. I think it would have been interesting to see how the game would have panned out if Chet Holmgren didn't get hurt, because that made it a guard game. With Holmgren gone, Looney didn't play. TJD barely played. What did he get? 5 minutes. Looney didn't play at all. It was basically a game of – it reminded me of a pickup game tonight. Like, okay, 5-on-5. Let's just – the best 10 athletes on the floor. It's just
I thought it was definitely more entertaining than a pickup game because there's been some Warriors games there. I thought it was a really good game, but you're right in the sense of it was just an up and down game. It was really going to be whoever shot, made the most threes there at the end and the most shots. And I think as long as I don't know. That was interesting though, definitely.
Hey, Nando, if you want to join us for Dodger Talk, we'll have Ned Coletti on at 8 o'clock tonight. So in about an hour and 20 minutes, if you're a Dodger fan. Okay. This Warrior game to me was all about, guys just getting moving and the depth wore them down. Because if you look at the Thunder, they pretty much played what they play 11. They played 11, but really 10 because Holmgren was gone after 5 minutes. So they probably would have went 10. And you know what? We match up pretty good with OKC, I think. I really do. I think the team matches up because of the depth and the athleticism. And that's kind of what I think OKC.
Well, they play small too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We match up well. But they're a little more physical with Dort and Jones. Those guys look like
and Shea, and they're a lot. they flop. I mean, that's kind of my problem with OKC is they like there's this play at the end of the game where Steph missed a 3 and he was obviously fouled, and then right on the other end, Shea comes and just and then they call a flop. It's just not a huge fan of Shea. I like the other guys on. I like Chet a lot. I like Jalen Williams, but I'm not a big fan of players who are foul drifters like like a James Harden, a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, a Joel Embiid. It slows down the game too much for me, and it's I like to see. I thought today's game was pretty good. I mean, I didn't catch too much of the first half. I was listening to it on the radio, so I was not catching it visually, but sounded great. And but the second half, I mean, I was caught all of it, and it was a good game, very entertaining. And but then at the end, OKC they start foul drifting, and they're like little grifters. It's like and it's I don't know. I'm not a big. What do you think about that, Lou? Because I know you're an old time. What do you think about Shea and his foul? He has shot like the third quarter. He had 13 free throws.
But he's losing. He's losing actually his second best player on the team, so he has to adapt. But I'm gonna say tonight, for the first time all season, 3 Warriors guys made this victory. It was not Steph. If you watch the whole game, early, Peyton again was solid, really early, but 2 main guys. I'm going to give GP, a little credit, but 2 main guys.
Kuminga?
Kuminga was one who literally noticed there was nobody tall, so he actually used his height to his advantage. Didn't, like post. He took the ball to the hoop where he was unstoppable. And then first time all season, I see why the Warriors are excited, especially Dan, about Melton. He kept them going. Good. You got to remember, if you didn't see the whole game, because Ryan's also doing other work, is the Warriors were down 7 and about to get blown out again in the first quarter. These guys maintained it, and before you know it, at halftime, they were down 7 after the first. They were up 7.5. And then the third quarter, they just built. And then, when you get a good team and you're on the road, you're always going to be runs. It's the NBA. And, I never knew I didn't think the Warriors were going to blow it. It was just the momentum is so powerful in the NBA. And then, of course, at the very end, Steph put him to sleep with a big 3.
Yep.
Yeah, so I thought who played the worst game tonight was Brandon Brzezimski. Pods looked terrible out there. He can't hit his shots this year so far. He's making some dumb fouls tonight. He didn't have any real defensive, real stops where he changes the tone of the game with charges. He just looked like a guy that wasn't on the same pace as everybody else out there tonight.
He's got a rough start to the season.
Yeah. You picked some. Besides Steph, you definitely got the right guys.
And Melton was very impressive. He hit some huge threes, but when he's on the floor, you don't worry about him, and that's really what you want with one of your starters. Of course, Steph's going to be double teamed, but Kuminga saw it, took advantage, and Melton, with his 3-pointers, they were so smooth, and they were when they needed them, and that started the run throughout the second and third period.
Look at his numbers. 5 of 8 from 3, ends up with 19 points, had 10 rebounds, and Draymond had 11 assists. Melton was the guy on the boards doing it all tonight, moving the ball.
Big double-double.
Kuminga, like you said, he was 8 of 11 from the field, hit 2 of his 4 from the 3-point, 20 points, but, came up with some big boards. And like you said, he was going down. He was attacking. He made 2 of 3 from the free throw line. It's not too bad. Free throws overall, the Warriors were still under 70%, which is kind of I think they're at the bottom of the league in free throw percentage. They've got to shoot closer to 75 to 78% from the foul line as a team. You can't. Hey, you got to be close to 8 of 10. This is just too many misses. Interestingly, that we didn't see Lindy Waters tonight, who played at OKC. He seems like he would have fit this bill tonight. I would have rather seen him than Pods out there tonight. The Warriors did go with 11. as well, like the Thunder did, but really only 10. Really only 10 because Jackson Davis only played 5 minutes.
5 minutes,
the same as Holmgren. So hopefully Chet Holmgren's okay. That looked nasty. Whatever he was, he's so bony. I wonder if he fractured something. It looked like he was his hip or something. The way he fell, and then he couldn't even walk off the court under his own power.
Yeah, because that happened, about 4 minutes into the game?
Right at the 4 or 5 minute mark. That's exactly. Yeah, he went down hard. When you fall on the floor, I can remember diving for loose balls, playing basketball. But when you land on a bony part and it's a long fall, it hurts. I remember one time I was going up for a layup, and I was up pretty high. No, actually, I take that back. I was on defense, and I went back and I swatted it off of the backboard, but I fell down on my elbow. I came all the way down. My elbow was like a grapefruit for like 3 days. It was ugly. I was just swelled up with all this fluid in it. And you fall on your hip he has zero meat on him, Chet Holmgren. Zero. That's the one thing that concerns me about him is he looks almost like he could just break in half. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, Mark Gray says he will have at least a bruised hip. I hope he didn't fracture it because he fell pretty hard. And like I say, there's not much on that, hip of his. It's just bone. But this is a big win, Lou.
Yeah, I tell you the truth, this was probably the most impressive win of the road trip. More than the Boston Celtics. So. They went 24 for 46 from the field. They shot well. They, were 21 for they were 16 for 23 from the
you got that right, Bill.
43 from 3-point line. So, I like it when the Warriors shoot close to 40% for 3-pointers and they're over 50% for the game. That means you're getting good shots, layups. They're not forcing it. And, who knows? Maybe that's why Bazingas, he might have taken a shot that he shouldn't have because the Warriors were in a very good flow. That third quarter, they were fantastic. Before you knew it, they went from up 7 to up 23 in a blink of an eye, playing good team ball.
Wait, who? Who did you say?
I didn't hear what you said.
Whose name were you referring to? You said what player were you talking about? You said like
Bazemski?
Yeah, it's Pajemski.
Bazinski. It's the same thing. Until he gets his mask off, I'm going to
I just call him. You were talking about an OKC player for a second.
No. The Warriors. I'm saying that's why he didn't play that long.
I just call him Pods.
Pods was up 30 at one point, and he still only played 15 minutes. There's always a reason we don't know about.
I just think he didn't look good out there tonight. He was out of rhythm. He was making stupid fouls. Did you see what
like that? Probably 80% of the time.
You see what their
fan this year of him.
You see what their field goal percentage and 3-point percentage was tonight?
Yeah.
Look at this.
21 for 43.
48.8, 49%. They were almost as good from 3-point as they were from 2-point.
That's the point I was making. When they do that, they're almost unbeatable.
Yeah, Oklahoma City got 33% from 3 and under 45 for the game. So, the Warriors were hot. Joe. Look at Joe again. We're going to have to get rid of Joe. I think Joe's going to have to. I should just.
You might have to go to the corner.
You know what I should do? I should just. Oops! It moved on me. I hit banned him by mistake. I meant to delete his comment, and it got banned. Now he'll have to get.
Well, this is now what? 2 nights in a row. He said you're old.
It's about 4 or 5. He's on a roll.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He's on a roll. So
I also thought Wiggins. It was funny.
Well, unbanned Joe.
Wiggins made some.
I messed up. It moved right on me.
Yeah.
I was hitting delete and the thing moved. Oh gosh. Call him a young Bill Walton. Just wish he was 6'11". Who are we talking about? Bill. Call him Pods. Oh, Bill Walton, because he looks like Bill Walton. Yeah, he kind of looks like Bill Walton. I see what you're getting at. Hey, somebody's honking. Is your ride there?
No. Somebody's upset the fire truck hasn't come by yet in the first 10 minutes. So somebody goes honks to be part of the show.
Oh, man. Well, the Warriors are now sitting at 8-2.
Yep. With a big game on Tuesday. Got to come out on fire against Dallas.
We got a lot going on in sports right now. We've got a big game going on in the NFL.
Yep.
Houston leading Detroit. And in the Kings, Suns pulled away a little bit, little separation from the Kings. Here in the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix up 95-86 with 7:22 to go in the fourth. I looked at it a little bit ago. It was tied at 80-something apiece, but
something's wrong with the Kings. They haven't been playing thoroughly. They're playing like a couple good quarters, but they're always down almost every game too. Going into the fourth quarter, and even at home, that's not good.
Yeah. Just to go over, maybe we could do a little quickly an out-of-town scoreboard for those who care about what's going on in the NBA. Here you go. Hornets.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the Warriors are in first now in the West.
Right. 5 seconds to go in Philadelphia with the 76ers leading 105-104 in overtime. We'll see if
they
that
might
changes.
get second to last in the East now. Nice.
Who's that?
The 76ers. You know, the Bucks and the 76ers are.
Oh, they're both terrible.
Yeah, they're battling for last place.
Could we see an Embiid and Giannis be traded this year?
I don't know.
Or
if
maybe
Embiid right now. He's so injury prone. I think Giannis a lot of people, like we've talked about.
Look at
Giannis
those
definitely be interesting.
Mavs in a tight one, leading in Denver 102-100. Fourth quarter just underway. Nuggets 6-3, Mavs 5-4. Kings trying to get back into it. 95-90, 6:50 to go. In the Grizzlies lead the Trailblazers.
A lot of games Sunday night. Usually you don't see this in the NBA. You see like one game, but they've been having a lot of games today.
Yeah, in LA right now, Raptors leading the Fakers.
Well, they had to make up for election day too, Lou, because they took off election day.
Yeah. 15-9. And Rockets win looks like a pretty nice game there. A close game, 101-99. Pistons have lost a couple of really close games the last few days. They lost to Charlotte. They lost to Charlotte a couple of days ago by 1. So let's see what's happening in that overtime game. 2.1 seconds to go. Sixers up 106-104. Grant Williams. Grant Williams, man, he's kind of like him and who's your all thug team? Or, is it Dylan Brooks and Grant Williams at your guards, and Draymond is at
Draymond's in there for sure.
Draymond's in there. Jokic might be in there.
If his brothers are at the game, yeah.
Yeah.
When his brothers are at the game, they get crazy. They start fighting people.
I know. Who's another bad boy in the NBA?
Isaiah Stewart from the Pistons.
Oh yeah, he's bad. The Morris brothers.
He tried to chase. Remember when he tried to chase down LeBron?
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I was kind of hoping he'd catch LeBron, to be honest.
Right.
Who's worse? Who's a worse whiner in pro sports? LeBron James or Patrick Mahomes?
Mahomes. I was watching the Broncos game today. It was rough, but dude, he literally, even the commentators were talking about it. The Broncos hit him a lot today. We got a lot of sacks on him. We were roughing him up, and he got hit out of bounds one time. He's like, "How do you let them do this? you gotta let me know next time when they're gonna hit me. And it was literally all on audio because they were like right next to the, I don't know how they caught it, but they were right next to the mic or something because they caught all of it. And the commentator's like, I don't know if that's a good look, Pat. Because he's like, he just sounded like he was just crying. No,
what did he say?
Crying.
What did he say?
He said to the refs, you have to let me know when they're going to hit me like that. You can't be letting them do that. And he was crying, and you could hear it all on the mic because he was right. I don't know how they caught it, but they caught all the audio. And then the commentator was like laughing about it. Like, I don't know if that's a good look for Pat.
Didn't he say something a couple years ago about Josh Allen when they beat the Bills or something? And I don't feel for Allen, something, whatever it was.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyways, I think Mahomes. I'd have Mahomes.
Yeah, you saw that too, Mark. I commented.
So much.
I commented on that. Guy grazed his helmet trying to tackle him in the backfield in the pocket. Reaches hand and it goes across his helmet like that. Not even a slap. It just goes across, touches the top of the dome, and Mahomes is going face mask, face mask. I'm like, dude, you are so LeBron, crying for every foul, and it wasn't even close to a penalty. You know what? I kind of lose respect for guys when they whine and try to use their greatness and their reputation to sway the refs. It really pisses me off. If Steph did that, if Steph acted like LeBron and Mahomes, he'd probably get 3-4 more free throws a game.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's just plays ball, he doesn't get the calls. Well, guys, what else we got here tonight's game? I think Warriors come home, Tuesday night now? Face Klay Thompson?
Yeah, let's talk about that. I think we should get into that real quick with our last, 10, 15
Yeah, let's just go.
We'll
another 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, what's good too, that'll be a big game. So, they're doing a whole ceremony. I don't know if you saw that. And
I've heard it's supposed to be a huge video, like a really, like not just your average welcome back or tribute, but a really special one.
Well, Dan, I don't know if you know because you're in Phoenix, but they're also giving away captain hats for everybody that shows up to the game.
Like
because he always had his he would always pretend to be the captain. And then what's sort of funny, and again, this I don't know why it's not in San Francisco, but in Oakland, they have a huge art studio, and it's all collages of Klay, and they're doing it only this week since he's coming back. Yeah, the captain hats. Can't get in and pass Mark Graves.
Yeah, Mark.
So it should be special. But, once the tip goes, he's the opponent.
The GOAT. This guy knows.
The GOAT? Oh.
LeBron, the GOAT. He knows.
The GOAT. He's not the GOAT. I'm sorry, Kevin. He's not anywhere close to Michael Jordan.
Good to see you in the chat, Kevin.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I thought it was a big win. I thought especially after losing to the Cleveland, who's the best team in the East this year so far, and them or Boston, it was good to have a bounce back win. And we also did almost kind of give away the lead there. And I think the last year Warriors would have either lost that game or even let it get closer. So it was good to see them still be able to keep it at a distance. It did get tight there at the end. I think it got to 7 or 6, but either way, I thought
6, I saw once, and then 7 when Steph put him to sleep.
Yeah,
I thought that was important.
They put him up by 10 when Steph made the 3 to put him to sleep.
Yeah, I was up by 10, so that means they got to 7, I think. Yeah.
But let me ask you a question: with Chet going down, is he that important to Oklahoma? Maybe Oklahoma's a little bit overrated. Because they didn't impress me tonight that much.
He's very important because they don't have any real, they're also missing, who is it, Halverson?
All right, I just wanted to bring that up.
Who
don't they have?
They live and die by the outside shot.
Hartenstein?
Hartenstein. Don't they have Hartenstein from the Knicks?
You guys got to watch more basketball.
I said whatever. I meant Hartenstein.
You guys with these names are great.
Yeah, you get old, Ryan, you forget things. You got to. Let's take a look at the NBA.
Isaiah Hartenstein. He's from the Knicks. He was good.
Yeah, he's a big, tall white guy.
Yep.
All right, let's take a look at the standings real quick. In the East, Cavs just kicking on.
11-0.
11-0.
Brown's back to Boston, so that'll change everything now. He missed 5 games.
Okay, Boston 9-2. Look at that. Third seed is 5-5. How ridiculous is that?
It's early.
Wow. The Nets.
No, it's actually crazy because if you compare this to when we get to the West, the 11th seed in the West has the same record.
Yeah, and they're the third seed. Wow. The Warriors are number 2 really now because the Suns, if they hold off the Kings, the Kings will fall to 5-5 at the 11th seed. As you
wow,
mentioned.
Bob Fitzgerald misspoke because at the end of the game he said we're now first in the West.
He must have forgot the Suns.
Yeah, he totally forgot the Suns.
He forgot.
I think a lot of people have this year though because they kind of come. No one expected them to be this good. I think everyone
Warriors point differential. Had they been able to win by 20 tonight, they would have. Yeah,
but the key thing about the Suns, they've won out of their 9 victories. Is it 8 or 9?
They're 8-1 right now.
5 of them have been by 3 points or less.
Yeah, their point differential is only 3.3. Look at that. You're right, Lou. Their point differential. The Warriors.
Yeah, they're winning a lot of clutch games. It's not sustainable.
Clutch games, yeah.
Hey, what did I say the preseason? I said the Warriors. It's still early. It could come down, but I said I think this team averages 120 a game a night, and they're averaging 121. This is and they're not even really at their full strength offensively yet. They haven't really. They haven't.
Yeah, Dan is the greatest. That's why he runs NorCal Sports. He never makes a mistake. Yes, he's again correct. 10 games into a season. Okay, I'll let him know. The chat thinks you're amazing, Dan.
Oh, well, thanks. And did you need my Zelle account number or just my Venmo, Lou?
No, I just when you bring comments like that, the chat calls me to make sure Mr. Negative that it's official. So I just wanted to commend you.
Very good, very good. Hey, we've wanted to mention if the show is sponsored. This show, we appreciate the sponsorship of Chapman Law Group.
Yeah,
Chapman Law Group. There it is, right on cue. 415-613-9483. You have any legal needs? Let Chapman Law Group know that NorCal Sports sent you. Give them a call and tell them, you appreciate that they sponsor the show because you just got yourself into a mess and you need help. So call Chapman Law Group since, maybe you got a nasty neighbor that's bugging you and, they're harassing you.
Right.
Or, whatever comes up. Just give Chapman Law Group a call. All right. This was a big win tonight because it was the end of a road trip.
Yep. Great road trip, 4-1.
It would have been an awful. How bad would the flight have been if they had blown a 28 fourth quarter point lead and lost and had to, and knowing, they just had to hold on. And, I'm thrilled that Steph was, part of winning big in other games. It is important because it makes you able to use Steph longer in a game that you need him. And you think about it, he played 37 minutes. That's a lot of minutes for Steph even. He averages 34, 35 in the last few years. But you look at a guy like LeBron who plays 38. Anthony Davis, when he's healthy, he's playing close to 40 minutes a night. And he wears out, and that's why he's so fragile. And Bill keeps the streak alive, Ryan.
Let's go, Bill.
The man comes through again. Woo! You know what? Hold on. Let's give Bill a big
Where's the applause
for the streak that he can. Hold on, I've got it right.
Where's
here.
Bill located?
more for Bill.
Where's Bill located?
Bill is, I don't know exactly where Bill is.
In the Bay Area?
Yeah, he's got to be he's always in the chat.
He deserves a couple free yogurt.
Yeah, Bill does. Bill,
so yeah, speaking of that, speaking of giveaways, we will be having a giveaway here. We will be announcing on the not this next live with Ned, but on the live on Monday. We will be giving out a Cleveland Indians hat.
Yeah, a Wahoo, a real Indians hat right here.
Wahoo!
Look at that. Hey, and you guys want to see the
This was for our 2,500th sub. We have not had a chance to give it out yet.
We're getting close to 3,000.
And we
look
will
at
be
the sub
giving
count.
out. Yep.
Look at the sub count, everybody. It is growing. We're 146 away from 3,000. Let's see if we can get to 2,900 tonight. We still got another show coming up in 53 minutes. The great Ned Colletti, former Dodgers general manager, will join us. Alex says the Sharks win. The Sharks win again.
Big win in New Jersey. He'll be in a good mood. That's a tough place to win.
Wow.
In New Jersey. They won 1-0. But,
Bill,
man, I wanted to bring up one thing.
Joe DiMaggio.
Big announcement today, and this will be interesting tonight because I'm watching the Suns game against the Kings. It's 105-102 with 2:45 left in the fourth. Durant's out 2 weeks.
Oh, he's got that calf.
The other day.
Do you think that could be another Achilles situation?
I don't know because he's out 2 weeks, so it's sort of questionable. So you're going to see Phoenix. I know they have the big three, but when you're missing the best of the big three, I think it'll be very interesting the next couple of weeks how they respond. Because of those 9 victories, he's been the leading scorer in 7 of them. And out of those 5 games where, they won 3 or less, he hit the winning shot every time. So it'll be interesting. I mean, this happens. You get injuries, but, losing KD is pretty big.
Yeah, I hope
he's out to at least the 26 or 16 days.
Oh, man, I hope it's not a calf injury that, when he went down in the 2019 playoffs, it was a calf injury. And then he rested for, 3-4 weeks?
Yep.
Roughly. And then, boom, the Achilles ruptured in the finals against Toronto. What do you remember about that? What's the one thing that comes to mind when KD went down?
I don't even remember KD.
Right for it. Oh, sorry.
You know what I remember? The Toronto fans cheering like crazy.
Oh yeah, that was whack. But he only played for what I remember from that playoffs with KD is he didn't play much after that, Clippers, and then he came back because he literally didn't play at all. And he didn't play a lot that season. And then I just remember, but I remember is Steph and Clay were just going crazy. And I'll never forget when KD went out and then we went against the Rockets and they had Chris Paul and everyone for the whole year was saying, oh, if Chris Paul was back, we would have beat you guys. And then we were like, what happened? Because we beat Chris Paul and the Rockets and Harden and everybody without KD.
Yeah, but you remember, it wasn't really about the fans. It was the GM that said, I know I have a team that can beat the Warriors. You remember that?
Then it was good because then we played the Blazers.
The right players. We're going to beat them. KD's out.
Right.
We're going to get them. And, of course, it didn't happen.
Yeah, and that was good because then we played the Blazers and we swept them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That Raptors series was tough. I really do think there was some, if a couple of those close games go the other way, I think even without KD, even without Clay, I think Steph could have brought us there. We were so close on that last game. If he makes that 3, we win that game. It was a 2-point lead. I don't know. That was rough. It was a rough series.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. I just remember that, and it was like, that was really bad
He has the calf strain. It's the same injury.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Is it the same leg or is it the different leg?
Different leg. It doesn't matter, but that's even worse because he already has it surgically. When you get your Achilles or your ACL or whatever surgically repaired, that leg, you gotta worry about the other side. That's what happened to Clay. Remember? I mean, it's way down the line for KD now, but Clay says that's why he believes he had the injury. It was because he was putting too much on his other leg.
Clay got the ACL in Game 5 against Toronto, and
then he was putting too much on his other leg.
Then he was rehabbing next year in street ball or whatever, and boom, Achilles
tore his Achilles on the other leg though.
Yeah, other leg because you compensate.
Because he was putting that's what probably what's been happening with KD, but just not as serious, not as much, and just over time it's been stressing out his leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna get out of here. We gonna go.
Let's put a little banner up. Ned Coletti live at 8 p.m.
Update you a little bit on the NFL scoreboard right now. Tonight's ball game. It looks like Houston. Did I pick Houston? I can't remember. Maybe I didn't. I'll have to look at my picks. Houston
23-7.
Yeah, putting it to them. I'll say another thing that I watched today. I watched the Arizona Cardinals dismantle the New York Jets, and the Jets are done. I mean, they were done already, but I
have no clue why the Jets were favored in that game. No clue. Jets have been done for 2 weeks.
Yeah, the Jets, Aaron Rodgers is no longer Aaron. I mean, we've known that, but he's even slower than I thought. He could not escape the pocket at all. It looked like Wilmer Flores back there. It's serious.
Right.
He's bad. That's tough. I don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to retire or is he going to move on to another team next year?
He's making $62 million this year. I think he's got a contract this year and next year.
Is he signed for next year too with the Jets?
I thought it was a 2-year deal with a player option.
Wow. That's bad. Anyway, I'm just looking at some highlights. He just showed the last play, the block kick. Wow. Rough day.
Let's talk about that play. Broncos got to win next week. Must-win game.
We got a Ned Coletti banner up there.
Ned Coletti is on at what?
8 o'clock. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Really helps with the algorithms. Get those likes up and out there. And the more likes of the show, then we get more. It gets kicked out more. So hit that like and subscribe button. Would really appreciate it. There it is. Like and subscribe. Ned Coletti. Where's our Ned Coletti back up at 8 o'clock, guys? Join us in 45 minutes. We'll be back. 45 minutes from now, we will come back and talk Major League Baseball and what are the Giants and Dodgers going to be doing in free agency. Is Juan Soto coming to the Dodgers? Is Roki Sasaki coming to the Dodgers? Is Willy Adames going to the Dodgers? And are the Giants just going to end up with
nothing?
What's his name? Kim?
The annoying thing about the Giants is the Dodgers go for all the great players from Japan. You know what the Dodgers do? They go to the Korean League.
You mean the Giants? Yeah.
I mean, not the Giants. I mean, yeah. I'm saying the Dodgers go to Japan, and the Giants, they're like the little brother who's like, I can't do it, and then it's like, let me go. It's like what?
Yeah.
I'll never get it. I never will.
All right, everybody. 45 minutes from now, and Ned Coletti will be with us, and then be looking out for videos. We're putting out videos. Make sure you like.
Right. We got 4,000 on the last one, guys. Check it out.
Yeah, 4,000 on the Roki Sasaki, Juan Soto.
Willy
Check
Adames.
it out. Make comments on it. Hit like on those videos. It pushes it out even more. And we'll be doing more videos. So you'll be seeing a video every day at least, okay?
Yep.
So be watching our short videos. They're going to be anywhere from 6 to 18 minutes, right in there, okay? No longer than really 18 minutes. So check them out. They're pretty informative. All right, guys, we will be back here shortly. And thanks again for watching NorCal Sports Network.
Oh!
We'll see ya.
There we go.
Oops.